What up, y'all? My bad, we a little tardy, a little late. Better late than never.
Straight up. Tardy for the party, you feel what I'm saying? Let's go on get it, y'all. Let's go on get into it. Law class begins ASAP. Let's go on get it.
What's going on? Hope all is well.
Straight up.
Don't hold us on the time. Have to get a few things together, but everything's together.
Straight up.
Bro here ready to kick off a continuation from last week's podcast when we went to the Cahokia Mounds. I actually got to upload that video back. I had to put everything together because our signal kept like cutting in and out, and I didn't want y'all to be confused on it, so I'm putting it all together. I'll put the video up this weekend, and then you can kind of watch that one from last week and then see this one. This one, it all gonna run in together.
Straight up.
But yeah, man, episode 12, law class. Man, we just gonna keep it going. Keep it going. I don't even know how we...
It goes on and on. You feel me?
It's just going on and on. But yeah, y'all know how we do. We're gonna start with Constitution as always. As always.
Straight up.
But yeah, bro, I'll follow your lead wherever you want to start.
Check this out, y'all. Like, there's some shit I want to read to y'all. It may be a little long-winded, but just follow along with this shit because it's telling you about the European and his enslavement right here in the Constitution.
Yeah. It's
talking about this shit. He was never a free person. You see what I'm saying? And it proves it right here. And it's something at the last goddamn line of this shit. I want to read it because it's very important. Now check the game. Pick the game. 40. Like I said, it's a little long-winded, but just try to follow along with us. Because like I said, it's all going to tie together. You feel me?
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna get it here so y'all can follow along so y'all know we ain't making none of this up.
Mm-hmm.
Constitution off Amazon for $2.
$2.
Eddie B, what's going on? Bless New, what's going on?
Bless, peace, goddess.
All right, we getting into it.
Let's go. Now peep the game. It says, when in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitled them. See what I'm saying? A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the cause which impelled them to the separation. So what they talking about, when they was in Britain, they was getting enslaved by the Moors. You feel what I'm saying? Not just in Britain, but I'm just saying, that's where they came from. Mm-hmm. So they telling you how the Moors in Britain was treating their ass. That's why they left.
Yeah.
Ain't had nothing to do with no Europeans doing this shit. Peep the game. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights. Y'all write that shit down. Unalienable rights. Mm-hmm. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. So you choose to be governed by the government because you got to give the government consent. Listen to this. That's what I'm saying. Pay attention very closely, y'all. In order for the government to govern you, you have to give them your consent. Yeah. Peep the game.
Tripped up on the wires. All right.
It said, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it. Yeah. And to institute new government. Wow. Laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Now, y'all pay attention. We finna get into how the crackers was getting treated. Mm-hmm. Y'all listen to this. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. So they talking about when the Moors was enslaving their ass.
Yeah.
They saying basically it was unfair, which, okay, we could say it was, but, that's why we create them. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But peep the game. But when a long train of abuse and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object, evidence a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security.
Wow.
Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies. So it just said the United States colonies, they were suffering.
Yeah.
We was enslaving. That's what I'm saying. So if the cracker was so high, if the European was so high and mighty, why is he saying they were suffering?
Right. It don't make sense.
It don't make sense. The lie don't make sense.
The lie don't make
sense. You see what I'm saying? Now peep the game. Now, I'm going. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former system of government. Listen to this, y'all. Listen. The history of the present king of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. So that means the Moors was a tyrant on these. Listen, I be trying to tell y'all. That's why you got to know your history.
Yeah.
The Moors was hard as fuck.
Yeah.
That's why they don't want you to know you're a Moor.
Right.
Because you enslaved their ass to the max.
And they don't want to go through that.
Y'all think we getting treated bad?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Wow.
Like, if you know real history, you can't really get mad at the European for him doing this. I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah.
I can understand. I don't agree. You see, I can understand why people do shit. That don't mean I'm going to do it or I agree with it.
Right.
You see, I understand why they do what they do. Now, peep the game. Peep the game. It says, the history of the present king of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. Now, y'all listen to this shit. Okay. This is them complaining how niggas used to treat them. Yeah. Pay attention very closely.
Very close, y'all.
He has refused his assent to laws the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. Listen to this. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance, unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained. And when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. So they said when they came to the, to the king with complaints, he was like, fuck y'all. Y'all slaves. What you talking about? You lucky you alive.
Right. You
feel what I'm saying?
You're supposed to be.
They was only created to be slaves. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. Yeah. Peep the game. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish the right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. So they saying he was passing laws for the goddamn nationals.
Yeah, not them.
And not the goddamn slaves.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Turn the page real quick. I'm trying to run through this shit because it's deep as hell. Y'all pay attention to this shit. He has called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with many firmness his invasions on the right of the people. Ain't that what they doing to us now?
Yeah.
So they only doing to us what we did to them, man. That's what I'm trying to show niggas.
Wow.
This is the European talking. This is not Moors talking. Right. Keep the game. He has refused for a long time.
A long time.
After such dissolutions to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative powers incapable of annihilation. I'm going to say that shit again. Whereby the legislative powers incapable of annihilation have returned to the people at large for their exercise, the state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions from within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states for that purpose, obstructing the laws of naturalization of foreigners. You don't supposed to be naturalized. You supposed to be nationalized.
Right.
So that's why the king wouldn't do. I'm not finna make you a national.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you a slave. That's what I'm saying.
Wow. When
people be thinking this European goddamn is the boss and he running shit, well, why they complaining?
Right.
What you complaining for if you running shit? See what I'm saying? So apparently you weren't running shit in Britain. Peep the game.
Turn it back around.
Peep the game. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amount and payment of their salaries. Peep the game. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. Ain't that what the fucking police doing?
That's what they doing now.
So what you think we was doing?
It was worse.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they got. The European. Let me look at you. The European didn't invent nothing. Listen what I'm saying. The European did not invent nothing. He only copies that what God does. The devil was banned from creation. So that means you don't have no creative ability. Yeah. I'm not saying you can't create like an outfit or something. I'm saying doing shit on grand scales. Yeah. You was banned from that because you don't come from the substance we come from. That's fact in history. That's not even personal. That's science. Yeah. Like that's science. It's not personal. So peep the game. Let's see. So he's saying the king erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us in time of peace standing armies without the consent of the legislator. Wow. Ain't the military and the police now? That's what they doing. They only doing to us what we did to them. Yeah. Keep the game. He has affected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil court. So when the military be going over there smoking niggas and shit, and they don't get in trouble here, we was doing it. Wow. Keep the game. That's where they got this shit from. He has combined with others to subject us to a subject slave contract. Listen to this. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution. Wow. And unknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts and pretended legislation. Wow. For quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial. Ain't that what they do? Yeah. When them boys be going over, just like Trump, when he first got in office, he released a Navy SEAL who went overseas and was just smoking niggas on the house. I'm talking about to the fact where crackers was like, hey man, hey, that's too far. Yeah. You said like when the crackers say you went too far. Yeah. He was cutting motherfuckers' throats, taking a picture, laughing and shit, literally. Wow. And Trump let him go. Wow. See what I'm saying? That's why Obama ain't shit, but that's a whole nother. Check it out. Wow. Now check it out. For protecting them by a mock trial from punishment from any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states. How can you talk? But listen to this. For cutting off our trade with all parts of the world. Dang. So when I tell you the Moors was running the 7 seas, nigga, like they couldn't trade. Yeah.
Like you can't do nothing right now.
That's why they had to make us black and Negro. Yeah. Because as Moors, we weren't going for that shit. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Peep the game.
Wow.
For imposing taxes on us without our consent. Ain't that
That's
what they
doing
do?
now.
Listen to this. For depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury. That's why niggas say you are guilty until you prove it innocent.
Yeah.
Instead of innocent until proven guilty.
Yep.
They doing the same shit. That's why they made you in a slave name. Peep the game. For transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses. Listen to this.
Pretended offenses.
Listen to this. For abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, established therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries, that's what they did to us, so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies. For taking away our charters. That's what we need to do right now. If y'all want to get over on the European, we need to take away this Constitution from them. Only the owners of the land. The Constitution is their charter. So anytime you hear charter, you talking about some kind of agreement or constitution, some kind of way.
Okay.
Anytime you hear charter, that's their right to do business on the land.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So if we take away their charter, they can't do business here no more. If they can't do business here no more, they have no purpose being here.
Right.
Go home.
Kick them off the land.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Peep the game. For taking for suspending our own legislators, because we had the power, and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. Niggas was hard. Peep it. Now turn the page. Yeah, we finna get this the last 2 more pages, y'all. That's why I'm trying to run through this shit. But this shit is very important. Yep. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. Wow. He has plundered our seas. Listen to this. Excuse me. Listen to the Europeans, y'all. They be killing me. Just listen to this. Yeah. They complaining. Now, this is them complaining.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coast, burnt our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is, at this time, transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the works of death, desolation, and tyranny already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy, or whatever you say, scarcely parallel in the most barbarous age and totally unworthy of the head of a civilized nation. So they saying the Moors ain't worthy to be, run their own shit. Peep the game. He has constrained our fellow citizens, taken captive on the high seas to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. Now, people, what he's saying is, not only was we taking them hot, like I told you last time, you couldn't go 3 miles fishing without us swooping on you. Right. And when we found them motherfuckers, we used to kidnap them and put them in slavery. Slavery is not a nigga thing. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's a European thing. Now, peep the game. Listen to this. He has excited domestic insurrections amongst us and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers the merciless Indian savages, which is the Moors. Substitute Indian for Moors. Yeah. Because if you want, I'll show you the etymology on Indian. So we want, Indians are mislabeled. Yeah. So peep this out. Who known rule of warfare is an undistinguished destruction. So listen, they talk about put the Moors instead of Indians. So the merciless Moors, savages, who known rule of warfare is an undistinguished destruction. Niggas was hard. Of all ages.
Undistinguished.
Of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of this oppression, listen to this. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury.
Wow.
A prince whose charter is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. So you can't be free if you was going through that shit.
Yeah.
That don't sound like a free motherfucker to me.
It don't.
Pay. That's why I say you got to pay the game. Nor have we been waiting in attention to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislator to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. Now listen to this. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our immigration. Listen to this. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our immigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow those usurpations which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and I can't say that word, consequently. You see what I'm saying? Excuse me if I mess it up, y'all. You feel what I'm saying? So what they saying is, niggas weren't paying attention to them when they was complaining. Because you a slave.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
So when black niggas call themselves black and wonder why the cracker don't pay attention to them.
Because y'all classifying yourself as slaves.
Slaves ain't never had rights.
Never.
Name one time in history a slave had rights. What, when?
Yeah.
When in history did slaves have rights?
Not even in the fake movies that they put out there.
You see what I'm saying? So calling yourself black, Negro, and all that shit, those are slave titles.
Wow.
So you choose to call yourself black. Anybody, like, real shit. And like, I know a lot of people try to do good, but that's why I say, if you don't study, don't get out here try to talk no real shit to the public. Right. Like, I'm not saying between you and your homeboys, but don't get out here like you got a platform and you teaching that black shit.
Yeah.
Because if you ain't teaching law with this shit, you misleading people. That's why niggas is fucked up now. But peep this out. This is important. I want y'all to see this. This is the last paragraph, everybody. Hold on tight. Listen. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America in General Congress, assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the record of our intentions, do in the name and by the authority of the good peoples of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies, not states. Pay attention.
Yep.
These united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved from the allegiance to the British crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved. So they disconnecting themselves from Britain.
Yeah.
Because the British Moors were putting foot in tail. You know what I really want to say. You feel what I'm saying? Peep the game.
Hold on.
Now,
I lost my place.
I'll start right here. Right ought to be.
Okay.
So right ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states, they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. Now listen to this. And this is the last line, but pay attention, y'all. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, listen, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, fortune, and our sacred honor. That's why the crackers stick together.
Yeah.
Because that's all they got.
Wow.
If they lose this shit, it's back
It's
to the
done.
caves, man.
Wow.
So they have to pledge with amongst themselves. That's why they get along. They got to get along. Because any kind of discord, any kind of divide and conquer with them, they out of them. You see what I'm saying? It's over with.
Just like how they doing with us now.
That's the only reason why we ain't in power, because everybody want to be all these different names and shit.
Yep.
And don't nobody do etymology on the names you claim.
Mm-hmm.
Do etymology on the name you think you are. If you say you black, do etymology on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
See what that say.
See if you still want to be black.
You say you Hebrew or whatever, that's cool. Do the etymology on it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That way you know.
Yeah.
So what they saying in here, if the European was so goddamn free and he was running shit in the 16 and 1700s, why is he complaining?
Yep. Talking about he want to be free.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why he complaining?
What up, Ryan?
I don't hear free people complain.
No.
You feel me?
It wouldn't be a need to complain if he was free.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So apparently he was the one going through shit.
Wow.
But when you take on those titles,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm saying. When you take on these titles, you goddamn disenfranchise yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Can't nobody nationalize you. Can't nobody take your nationality away. Only you can do it.
Only you.
By calling yourself all these different shits.
You getting further and further away from it.
You see what I'm saying? That's why they change our names every 40 years.
Yeah.
Niggas was Negroes, Afro-Americans, Afro-Hispanics. Y'all remember that?
Yep.
Why would they call us Afro-Hispanics if we weren't Moors?
Right.
Now let's move on. Peep the game.
All right. Flipping and flopping.
Peep the game. So like I showed y'all before, I already showed this. I'm going to show it again.
Oh, yeah.
Now peep the game. When you go to Webster's Dictionary,
Hold on, y'all. Flip it around.
when you go to the Webster's Dictionary,
Mm-hmm.
1828.com, pay attention. An American is a native of America. But we don't like to use the word native, because what does native mean? Slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what etymology said? Native means slavery.
Yep.
So we're not natives to America. We are indigenous,
Mm-hmm.
you see what I'm saying, to America, but we're not natives.
Yeah.
Originally applied to the aboriginals or copper-colored races found here by the Europeans.
Yep.
So the reason why they want you to call yourself black and all this shit, because they got a story for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're African American, it's a fake history on this shit.
Yep. Fake.
You see what I'm saying? Oh, you came from slave. Ain't nobody ever seen a slave ship.
Never.
But you was brought over here by slaves and the Europeans. That's what I don't understand.
Yep.
How were we brought here by the Europeans when they was enslaved in the 1700s?
Right. They and clearly it says here that was found by Europeans.
So that if you was found somewhere, that means you was already there.
Already there. Yep.
So calling yourself black removes you from being found here.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow.
This why they want you to do black and man, that shit piss every time I see niggas who think they intelligent calling themselves that shit. You gotta question this shit.
Yeah.
Now you gotta question: are you an agent or do you just don't know?
And that's what I be thinking too.
You feel me?
Like ever since we've been doing these classes, man, like and seeing all these people that be talking about, oh, we this and this is what we got to do, and all they talk about is black and black this.
Mm-hmm.
Like it cancel out all that stuff when you know entomology and when you understand law. Like
Fact.
all the stuff that they be saying is pretty much. And see, this is where I get confused because I don't know if they are agents working with government or they just uninformed about the truth.
A lot of these niggas be agents, man. And just because you're an agent don't mean you literally have a government ID.
Mm-hmm.
Just by you misleading people, you are working for them.
Yeah.
Because if you're not telling niggas they Moors, you're working for the government, period. You're an agent.
Yeah.
Because how can you prove we not Moors? Prove that we ain't Moors.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if anything, don't believe that we Moors. When you do your research, prove that we're not Moors to find out if we Moors. Don't go in it looking like, well, I'm going to see if we Moors. Prove it wrong. Nah, we ain't Moors. Go in with the attitude that we ain't Moors and do your research on Moors. And watch all the niggas you see pop up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like I showed y'all last time, Saudi Arabia wasn't invented to 1930.
Yeah.
So how can the Arabs be Moors?
Mm-hmm.
That's you see what I'm saying? So peep the game. So when we went to you feel me? When we went to the Cahokia Mounds.
Yeah, Cahokia Mounds.
Cahokia Mounds, my bad.
Yep.
We finna break some of that shit down. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm gonna put the video up on that later on this weekend too, so y'all can see exactly where we was at. We did a video, but it was choppy. I didn't want y'all to be confused whenever the videos was on. So I put it all together.
It was kind of you know what I mean, back, you know, chopping in 5 minutes, 2 minutes here and there. And then there's a lot of gaps in between, so it's kind of hard. But peep this out, y'all. Now, we're just going to give a quick overview of the Cahokia Mounds.
Yep.
Now, listen to this. The remains of the most civilized prehistoric civilization north of Mexico. Let me say this shit again. I don't think motherfuckers heard that. The remains.
Of the most.
So the key word is remain, right? So that means it had to be some extra shit that they either tore up, burnt, or hid.
This is leftover.
This is the leftover shit. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to see, the words.
Yeah.
The remains of the most civilized prehistoric civilization north of Mexico are preserved at Cahokia Mounds, historic site in Collinsville. Within this 2,000-acre tract lies the archaeological remains of the Mississippians. Now listen to this, the Mississippians.
Yeah.
So you just gonna call niggas a whole state. Shit, it was the Mississippians that did that shit.
Mississippians.
Come on. Remains of the Mississippians and their ancient civilization known today as Cahokia. The Mississippians built over 80 man-made mounds, of which 70 still exist.
So we didn't even see all of them.
Nah, hell no. And then, like, it's more than, listen, man, that's why I be saying it'd be more than that. But they had to get rid of a lot of this shit, because niggas would have knew they was in Africa.
Yeah. Because they'd be like, okay, well, why we got all these pyramids over here?
You see what I'm saying? Man, even in the Grand Canyon, bro, that river that runs through the Grand Canyon is an artificial river.
Yeah. Because
it was thousands of pyramids and goddamn temples. So, like, you couldn't give me the bullshit I'm from Africa, where if I'm from Africa, it looked like this Africa. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it would have threw their whole story off. You feel? Now, peep the game.
Yeah.
Now, it says, these mounds was used for purposes including ceremonial grounds and burial grounds. The city was vibrant with the people doing everyday activities such as communicating, trading, and living a simple life. You will find that they was clever in the designs of their everyday materials.
Not no sticks and sharp rocks.
So why they showing this shit at the goddamn museum?
The sticks and sharp rocks.
Niggas had stones. Like, how you gonna build a grand building? See, this what. Let me say something. It be to me. I feel like they be trying to insult niggas' intelligence.
Yeah.
Like it's no way you can build a pyramid that Europeans can't duplicate today.
Yeah. Still can't with all the technology.
With all the shit they spoke to technology they had, they still can't do that. How you gonna build that shit with a rock and a piece of wood wrapped together?
Yeah. All the way up in the sky.
You see what I'm saying?
But you can't duplicate.
How you know geography to make the pyramids align with certain shit? If you just a Stone Age prehistoric motherfucker, like you wasn't shit before the European.
Yeah.
Like we went up there and seen them boats and shit. That was it was disrespectful, bro.
Boats look like straight logs that was
like they cut a tree in half and then hollowed it out, and then niggas sitting in here selling the goddamn river and shit.
The sea.
Yeah, not even. But I'm just saying, if you want to just look at going up the Mississippi,
it wouldn't have made it.
Come on, man.
Wouldn't have made
it. That's them degrading our history. You feel what I'm saying? Now peep this out. I'm just going to read this paragraph. Walk the grounds and explore the remaining mounds. Listen to this. Walk the grounds and explore the remaining mounds. That means they got rid of some shit. Explore the interpretive center to learn more about the uniqueness of these prehistoric Native Native American cities. Examine artifacts and become immersed in the culture of Cahokia. Now, peep this out. Let's learn a little bit about the so-called Mississippians. See, this is what they be trying to do. You see how they try to make them, everything got to be white and light.
Yep.
If you the first month, so it's just like the first human on earth was a light-skinned nigga and shit.
He wouldn't survive.
Then you got to understand the sun we had 50, 80, 100,000 years ago is not this motherfucker.
No, it was way hotter back then.
No, it wasn't this sun. This is a new sun in our goddamn space, bro.
Oh, wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our original sun is Saturn. So when you be hearing them movies, they be talking about the fallen Lord. Yeah. They talk about when Saturn fell out of orbit from us.
Wow.
See, the shit way deep, man. Yeah. Like when you be watching them movies and shit, like, matter of fact, if anybody who's seen Tales from the Crypt, that movie back in the 80s and 90s, with Jada Pinkett in there, Bordello of Blood or some shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the Tales from the Crypt movie. Yeah. And when they went, when what's her name? I'm looking, Jada Pinkett. When Jada Pinkett was getting the history, because you remember she had them stars in her hand, and they had to align. When she was getting the history of that shit, they was showing when demons ruled the world. Wow. But the demons was us, because it was so dim. Like the Saturn sun wasn't as bright as this one. So every day was like 7 o'clock in the evening type shit. So our eyes didn't have this white shit in it that you see right now. Our eyes used to have the doe eyes, like a deer. You know how the deer got the straight black eyes? Because we had to pick up as much light as we could. So when Saturn fell, or when the Dark Lord fell, and this Luke Skywalker came into play, that's what made shit the way it is, and that's why our shit started getting the white in it and shit. You see what I'm saying? So all that, that's what I'm saying. When they was talking about the demon shit, niggas used to kind of look like that.
And that's why they got the image from in movies when they be blacking out people's eyes.
That's what I'm saying, man. You see what I'm saying? So peep this game. Let's talk about the Mississippians. I just had to break that down to you. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't even know that shit. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But peep the game. So it says the Mississippian culture was the largest and most complex society that lived in prehistoric Tennessee. Listen to this. Mississippian people lived in and around the state from about 1000 AD, see what I'm saying, to 1500 AD. Now listen, this group is also referred to as the mound builders because they built many large ceremonial mounds with 45 towns. So how can you, that's what I'm saying, how can you have sticks and stones and shit, and you fortifying shit? Right. Come on, man.
These sticks ain't that strong to do all that.
Come on, man. That's what, you see what I'm saying? So apparently niggas was messing with metal and steel and shit. But peep the game. However, archaeologists refer to them as Mississippian because the culture was located in the Mississippi River Valley. The Mississippian people lived throughout the southeast from as far north as Illinois to as far south as southern Florida, and from North Carolina to the Mississippi River. Their culture is marked by several distinct characteristics. The most widely known is the mounds they left behind. These mounds can be found all over the region. The largest sites are Cahokia, Illinois, Moundville. It's an old town called Moundville. Wow. Alabama, and Etowah, Georgia. Wow. Now listen to this. Tennessee also has many Mississippian mound sites. Mound Bottom in Middle Tennessee and Silo Mounds in West Tennessee are just two mound sites protected for their archaeological value. The Mississippian people had a highly developed society. They had a complex system of ceremonies and crafted beautiful works of art to be used in these ceremonies. There was excellent pottery artists. The Mississippians left behind thousands of interesting artifacts that tells us about their rich culture in Tennessee. Now, peep the game. The Mississippians is deeper than just Tennessee. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Let me show you a map. before I get to all that, it's a map of this shit, and I want y'all to see. So when they talking about, now look at this. Y'all pick this out. So when you talk about the Mississippians and shit, right?
Yeah.
So you can know their territory. So I want y'all to look at this shit. Now what you looking at is what they call the Mississippian territory.
Mississippian territory. You
see how I go from Florida, from Mississippi, all the way to Illinois? Mm-hmm. Look at this. And they even go all the way up here to goddamn Canada and shit. Mm. You see what I'm saying? Now peep this out. The Mississippian period in the Midwestern and Southeastern United States, which lasts from about 800 AD, false, to 1600, saw the development of some of the most complex societies that ever existed in North America. So I want y'all to see this. The mound builders. This term is used to describe those ancient Native Americans who built large earth mounds. They lived from the Great Lakes to the Gulf of Mexico and the Mississippi River to the Appalachian Mountains. The earliest mounds date from 3000 BC in Louisiana. Pay attention to that shit.
Wow.
Pay attention. Peep the game. So they said the earliest mounds date from 3000 before Christ. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's at least 6,000, 7,000 years, right? Yeah. In Louisiana, it's believed that these mounds was used for burial, religious ceremonies, and as governmental centers. Mm-hmm. Wow. The mounds averaged 65 feet in height and was constructed entirely by manual labor. Mound builders lived in dome-shaped homes. That's bullshit. Yeah. Made with pole walls and thatched roofs.
That doesn't even make sense.
That's what I'm saying. So how you have a sophisticated goddamn city?
Right, but you got houses made out of sticks and thatched.
You see the Kabbalion. They mix the truth with the lie. Yeah. That's why you got to learn how to cross-reference. When you do your studying, mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck who's saying it. You just never take that person's word for shit. Yeah. Like, you go deep into that shit. You look 7 and 8, resources to get your information. Mm-hmm. And then if 8 different things saying the same shit, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Then obviously you headed in the right direction. Right. So peep the game. Important buildings was covered with a stucco made from clay and grass. That is bullshit. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? These people grew native plants like corn, pumpkins, and sunflowers. They supplemented this by hunting, fishing, and gathering nuts and berries. Tools and weapons was made from bone. Come on, man. Bone, wood, stone, and clam shells.
That don't even, man.
Copper, mica, and clam shells was used to make decorative objects. Mound builders are also made pottery, wove baskets, carved canoes, come on, man, and sewed clothing from animal hides and plant fibers. The dead were either buried or cremated. In either case, the body or ashes was buried with personal objects. Mound builders' society was divided into 2 groups. The elite class controlled government and religion. They were the ruling class. The common class was the food producers and the labor force used to build the mounds. The mound builders' culture began to decline after European contact due to disease and warfare with neighboring people. Some of these modern tribes who are descendants of mound builders include the Cherokee, owned by the United States, Creek, United States, Fox, Osage, Seminole, and Shawnee. So everybody, you see, that's cracker shit. See what I'm saying? So the reason why they don't want you to know that the quote unquote Mississippians, they was the Washita Moors. Wow. Like, don't believe these motherfuckers, man. You can't believe your enemy in history. No. Now listen to this. Check this out. The Amuru, Washita, Delgundaya Moors were originally a group of priests from the Egypt of the West. Old Egypt,
Mm-hmm.
also known as the Dogon, Olmecs, and Mayans.
Wow.
The term Washita is a corruption of Urshal, the father and mother of mystics. Listen to this, y'all. The nigga in America created magic. Like that Washita mean the father of mystics.
Yeah. Wow.
That's why the Moor was over Egypt, man.
Wow.
Because I'm not gonna put if I created some shit, I'm not gonna put nobody over me.
No.
You starting your bit, redefine men, and you gonna put a goddamn stranger from Canada over your shit.
Ain't gonna happen.
See what I'm saying? So apparently, we was the mother. The nigga in America is the most important nigga on the earth. We gonna get into it today. Yeah. Peep the game. So it says the term Washita is a corruption of Urshal, the father and mothers of the mystics. In Egyptian, Urshal is Urshet, the winged sun disk, which symbolized the highest knowledge, the pineal gland being open. Wow. So that means we was the first niggas to do that, man. Like, listen what I'm saying. Yeah. The Sumerian god Amaru is actually the origin to words like Amaru, or Ameri, which are root words to America. Wow. America is actually a corruption of the Amen Ra. You feel what I'm saying? Ra and Ka. Y'all should know that. Y'all should know what that is. Yeah. It's strange how everything comes from Egypt of the West, which is old Egypt. Read my post that I did on Facebook years ago that proves that Egypt was also in the Americas. Wow. Because the god Ptah, a pre-dynastic Egyptian deity, Ptah was created in America, y'all. Wow. It's from the Americas. You see what I'm saying? The god Ptah is from America, not Egypt. We taught them niggas. Yeah. Yes, Ptah, Judah, is from the Americas because his territory was Utah. Ptah is Utah. Judah territory, which covered Mexico and several states. Khalifa, Utah, Nevada, Arizona, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Texas. Dang. Additionally, Ptah was also the chief god of Luxor in Memphis, Tennessee, which was the Americas. Well, Egypt was once the capital of the world. In fact, the pharaoh gave the ancient Moabites, the Moors from Moab, Utah. It's a Moab, Utah. Wow. That's what I be saying. Listen, the permission to settle Morocco, India. You see what I'm saying? So, what you call India, it was Morocco. Wow. Listen, avoid the hijack too, because when you Google Morocco, India, it would tell you that it was founded in 1851, based off the Morocco that is in North Africa. The only problem is that the Morocco that's in North Africa wasn't founded until 1956. Wow. So that shit, when I be hearing niggas talking about, North Africa is Morocco and they've been to Morocco and shit, explain this shit.
Right. That because that's not what
I'm not saying that's not a part of our kingdom. I'm not saying it. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if that's the original Morocco, why did these motherfuckers adopt the flag in 1915? Wow. In the 1900s.
That was way after.
When the Moorish flag was out in the Middle Ages. Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. So what took you so long to adopt it?
Right. Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
The dates not even adding up. The dates ain't nowhere near each other.
See what I'm saying? So I don't understand. Like, when people be saying this shit, I understand that over there is a part of our kingdom. Mm-hmm. But this is Morocco too. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. This is the old Morocco.
The original, yeah.
Maghreb al-Aqsa. You feel what I'm saying? That's what America is. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? So peep this out.
That's what the guy in the last podcast was saying when we was watching.
It's the Maghreb. You see what I'm saying? So peep the game. The only problem is that the Morocco that is in North Africa wasn't founded until 1956. So I will go with the Morocco that's in the old world America as being ancient Morocco. Me too. Yeah. Me too.
Because it makes sense.
Me too. Proof. Like I said, man, niggas can say all this shit. Go travel and do all this shit. I feel all that shit. I feel you. but explain how the fuck Morocco over there wasn't founded until 1956. Explain it.
Yeah.
In the 1900s.
Yeah.
Just like my teacher, Asir Dukatir said, all African countries was founded in the 1900s, bro. Mm-hmm. All them African names, Nigeria and all that shit, them new names.
Wow. So they renamed it from the original.
They renamed it because we went from kingdoms to states and governments, man. We used to have empires and kingdoms.
Yeah.
So they split up our empire and made them into states and shit. Wow. You see, our shit was so big.
Yeah.
We was a worldwide power, man.
Yeah. Dang.
You see what I'm saying? So peep the game. The Moabites from the tribe of Ptah or Utah, Judah, called America Al Morocco. You feel what I'm saying? Which is another root word for America. The last of the Al-Moroccan government fell in 1956, coincidentally when Morocco was founded. You see what I'm saying? How you put it together?
So it fell, and at the same time they gave the name over in Africa.
You feel what I'm saying?
Wow.
Listen to this. Listen why it fell. Listen to this. The last of the Al-Moroccan government fell in 1956 with the abolishment of the consular court, when black people accepted civil rights over their natural rights as natural persons.
Come on, man. Why would they do that?
Listen, man, when they came out with James Brown, I'm Black and I'm Proud, there was a catchy ass song, and then on top of that, you got the Black Panthers and all that shit. I'm not saying them niggas weren't bad, but at the same time, it fucked us over.
Yeah.
Marcus Garvey, he fucked us over. Yeah. He was fucking with a racist cracker. He the one that denationalized niggas. The cracker, your boy Marcus Garvey was fucking with. It's the cracker that denationalized niggas from being moored. Prove me wrong.
Wow.
I can't think of the cracker name right now. But if anybody, one of y'all out here listening, y'all know what I'm talking about. Whoever that cracker was, Marcus Garvey was kicking it with, who got him arrested. Because once he did his job, they arrested his ass. You see
him no more.
You see what I'm saying? So, am I saying he an agent?
It add up to be.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And see, my thing is though, like, even though like they be getting these guys who be working with the government and then turning on their people, they end up either killing them or locking them up.
I don't understand why niggas still
why
do it.
Why they keep doing it?
Because, I'm telling you why. Niggas want their fixed money. Niggas want to live this lifetime rich and shit, even if you shit on your people.
Wow.
Instead of thinking about it, your ass gonna get reincarnated, and either you gonna come back to us ruling this shit, or you gonna come back to the same bullshit.
Wow.
That's why I'm saying these niggas is agents, y'all. So our government failed in 1956. We didn't fall in the 1800s. No European was running anything before the 1900s. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to show niggas.
Wow. This just recently happened.
In a lifetime.
In a lifetime.
So the cracker wasn't running shit for 400-500 years. Those are niggas who don't have a history saying this shit. Those are people who only have slavery for history saying this shit.
Exactly.
Because you would never hear Moore say this shit. Because a Moore knows his he go back to the Phoenician time.
Yeah.
I can take you back 15, 20,000 years in history. You see what I'm saying? But tell a nigga from Africa to take you back far.
They can only go back to slavery.
Or try to use that Egyptian shit. And as we see, we taught the Egyptians.
Right. Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So when motherfuckers be telling you, the kingdom of Morocco over there, I'm not saying that's not our kingdom. I'm not saying it. But what I'm saying is, that's not Morocco. I'm saying that shit, and I stand on that shit. Because if you could prove me wrong that Morocco was founded in 1956, so how can that be an old, ancient Morocco?
That's not ancient. That's recent.
Well, if a motherfucker was born in 1956, how old are they? Like, what, 80?
Yeah.
70? That's a lifetime.
Yeah. Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
So all of this new history and all of this new like names and all of that stuff just came into play
in the 1900s.
All of this just came into play.
Y'all see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So this ain't no ancient shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. Don't get caught up in the lies, man, because these niggas is agents.
Wow.
Anybody telling you Morocco over there, ask them why did that shit just start in 1956 then? Wow. And Noble Drew Ali was saying in 1912, he was holding the Moroccan flag here.
Way
and
before
then,
this.
1913 is when he put up his first Moor Science Temple. Mm-hmm. So before that, he was saying he was a Moor. Mm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, how did this nigga come up with the Moorish flag first, and then 2 years later, they put up the flag, and then 20, 30 years later, they become Morocco? See what I'm saying? Now peep this out. Let's get into it.
Man.
Now this is the Washita goddess. You see what I'm saying? She passed in 2014, but this was our goddess. Mm. Her Highness I can't say that. Verdiasi Thierry Washita Turner Goston El Bay, the Empress of the Washita del Dungamaya Empire and leader of the Imperial Washita Nation of Moors, made her transition in 2014, completing the lifetime of a matriarch who was celebrated around the world.
Wow.
Motherfuckers knew her around the earth. That's what I'm trying to tell you, because they know we the first niggas.
Yeah.
In her time, Empress Verdenisi was a published author, archivist, historian, international diplomat, a mayor, a judge, businesswoman, and community leader, tirelessly working for the legacy of the Washita Nation as the oldest civilized peoples of North America to be restored in the history books.
Wow, I never heard of this lady.
See what I'm saying?
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Of course, we ain't gonna hear about her.
Wow.
Because they want niggas to think they came from... Okay, if you came from Africa, what was you doing before then? Right. That's what I'm asking.
And that's what I always ask people, like, even when they try to give any type of history. Okay, so what happened before that?
Yeah, what was
Can't nobody
before?
go.
Yeah. Well, this how you can tell motherfuckers be bullshit. Because, like, a lot of times I be having preachers and shit come talk to me, and a preacher will bloviate for like 10 minutes and not say a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when this happened and this and that, it's a simple question.
Yeah. What happened before that?
It's a simple ass question.
Yeah.
You ain't got to talk 10 minutes.
Because they don't got no straight answer.
There you go. You see, a nigga who ain't got a straight answer gonna give you the runaround.
Right. Wow.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm trying to get people to see, pay attention to the runaround.
Yeah.
Peep the game.
But there's a lot of runaround.
Whole lot of it. She established for the people in America, call themselves Black African Moors. Moors are Negro, colored, African American. That's who the Moors are. Whatever you want to call them. The fact that long before the Indians came here, long before they imported these slaves from Africa, or before any European explorer came here, the United States and North America was populated by a group of people called the Moors. And in Western society, they called them the mound builders. Wow. So the Moors are the freaking mound builders, man.
Not the Mississippi.
That's a made up term.
Wow.
We ain't have a nigga ever say, hey man, who are you? A Missourian? You see what I'm saying? That's an insult to people. That's why I was so offended when I walked in, because that was my first time ever going there. You see what I'm saying? When we went to the Cahokia Mounds, that was my first time ever even seeing this shit.
Wow.
And I was so goddamn offended. Man, what is this?
These little boats and these little light-skinned people.
These little huts and these little high yellow Mexican-looking motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, who are they? What is this? You see, because they insult your intelligence.
Yeah.
We don't know their history. We're just going to call them Mississippians.
And then built this whole museum focused around some stuff.
And diluted the history and made niggas look like they was goddamn nothing. Cause they whole thing, they need you to participate in they shit.
Yep.
So they automatically gonna try to downplay what we did. Yep. So when you looking at today, you thinking you full of technology. No. Where do you think they got that technology from? If I just told you the European was banned from creation. So that means, listen,
they got it from somebody.
This is a proven fact. We had so much high level shit. Even today, the crackers ain't even, the Europeans ain't even decoded the shit. So what they do every 10 years, they'll pull out some of our shit that we had and see if they could reverse engineer it and put it back together to understand it.
But they can't.
But our shit was so goddamn high tech, they got to put some shit back in the thing. Wait another 10 years, see if they technology develop. Yeah. That's who you come from. Yeah. Not no slavery. Yeah. That's made up history.
And it amazed me too because, they've been trying to duplicate pyramids since they found out about them. They can't decode them. They can't get in them. They can't figure out how they was built. They can't figure out none of that.
And then think about this. If their history was so luscious and goddamn extravagant, why you digging up our shit?
Right.
Do your shit.
Yeah.
That's why I be saying if Europeans don't like us so goddamn much, why try to be like us? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I never tried to be like somebody I don't like.
Exactly. It don't make sense.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. They straight up, man, listen, we are hardest. I'm talking about the American brother and sister.
Yeah.
It's the hardest on the planet.
And everybody know it but us.
Everybody know. That's why I say it all the time. That's how you know we got the best genes. Because if niggas come from Africa, right? Why not get the Africans for the sports and shit?
Yeah.
Cause they genetics, if they the original nigga, so why not get them?
Yep.
It's a reason why we the best in sports. Cause we are the original niggas, not in Africa.
Yep. And we even seen the courts in Cahokia that they had over there when they was playing football.
See what I'm saying? We seen they had the football court. So what the European did was patent his shit.
Yeah, that's it.
He seen what we was doing, and in order for him to claim this shit and get money and bread off of it, they came up with the paperwork.
Yep.
That's why we in the age of the paperwork right now. Yeah. Like if you don't know how to do paperwork, you don't know how to do law and shit, you lost. Yeah. Because that's the age we living in now. So if the Europeans created all this grand sports and basketball and football, they did all this luscious and grand shit.
Why they ain't good at it like that?
And not only that, why is it showing that we've been doing this shit? Yeah. Now this is my opinion. I feel like that's how we used to solve a lot of our disputes. Maybe football back then, that's my opinion. Maybe football back then, instead of war, nigga had the Super Bowl. Yep. Hey, y'all shit. Whoever win, y'all the champ. You see what I'm saying? Yep. So it was more, in my opinion, it was more to solve beefs and shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, nigga have a big game. Yeah. Whoever win, y'all the Super Bowl champs.
Y'all won.
You see what I'm saying? The cracker seen this shit and seen how good we was playing that shit. He was in amazement, just like them motherfuckers is today.
Still.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need to get paid off that.
Yep.
See what I'm saying? Ain't nothing new under the sun.
By using us.
Only that which has not been discovered again. Remember that ain't nothing new. You ain't new. So people, again, let's keep peddling. Let's keep peddling.
I like that. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
Only that which has not been rediscovered.
Wow.
The mounds built by the Washita Moors are found throughout the United States, including Michigan and the Metro Detroit area. Most has been desecrated. Listen to this. Most of the mounds have been desecrated, designated as play hills in public parks.
Wow.
Or was appropriated as forts by the U.S. military long ago.
Wow.
They continue presence, however, in such cases as Poverty Point in Louisiana and the Serpent Mound in Ohio is evident of a legacy nearly lost to history.
Wow.
So when you see that Serpent Mound in Ohio, that's Moorish shit. This is why I say we Moorish Americans. We're not no Negro Americans. A Negro is a regressive person.
Mm-hmm.
So if you call yourself Negro, you're saying you're backwards.
Yeah.
Calling yourself a Moor is saying you're progressive because you know your history.
Mm.
So to call yourself a Negro is disrespectful.
Wow.
To call yourself black is dumb. Real shit is dumb.
Yeah, I gotta listen to the other podcast for that breakdown.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now peep the game. I want to show y'all this shit right here. Now this is from the United Nations.
Wow.
This is from the United Nations. That's what I be saying, bro. I be having shit on
Yeah.
niggas. You feel what I'm saying? Nigga can't dispute what I say because I show you. What you
Yeah.
gonna say when you see the United Nations?
It got the seal on it. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why niggas can't rebuke what I be saying because like I'm coming with this shit.
Right.
Peep the game. August the 2nd, 1996, the United Nations Economic and Social Council Commission on Human Rights, listen to this, Subcommission on Prevention of Discrimination and Protection of Minorities, Working Group on Indigenous Populations, 14th Session, Geneva, 29 July through the 2nd of August, 1996. Now listen to this. This is the final list of attendance. So they showing everybody, motherfuckers around the world.
Right.
Cuba, Greece, Senegal, Ukraine, Japan. Look at this. Motherfuckers around the world made up on this shit now. I want y'all to see this shit. Look what this say. Washita del Dungamaya, I can't say all this shit. It's the oldest indigenous people on earth. Now that's what the United Nations say.
Wow. Wow.
That's the United Nations. You see what I'm saying? That's the United Nations. Tell them niggas who say we black and all that shit, tell them niggas to pull up some United Nations papers to show you who you are. Because I'm doing this shit. I'm pulling up what the United Nations saying about niggas. They are saying we are the oldest indigenous people on earth. They did not say North America.
Indigenous.
They did not say native. Mm-hmm. They did not say North America. Mm-hmm. They say earth, indigenous.
Wow. All over.
So that means out of everybody who on this planet,
mm-hmm.
the Washita niggas is the oldest. The original nigga.
Wow.
You see, that's why I be giving niggas blood type.
Yeah.
A and O is the original nigga blood. So that's why it's important for people to know their blood type.
Yeah.
Know if you A or O blood. If you have either A or you have O blood, especially O blood. Mm-hmm. Like you O stand for original.
Yeah.
Omega.
Yeah. What does the A stand for?
You can say alpha.
Okay.
Like alpha and omega and shit. You see what I'm saying? The beginning and ending. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. So when you got A blood is just under O blood. O blood was the first, then you got A blood. You see, but it's still brother is like right there. Like it's the same. If you got A blood, you original. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You are original nigga. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So they telling you, that's why I give bloodline and I give blood type. Mm-hmm. I give the blood type to the bloodline. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. That's how you find out your history. Yeah. So when they say the Washita is the oldest indigenous people on earth, where's the Indian tribes talking about? All these Indian niggas.
It ain't on there.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Tell niggas to prove shit through the United Nations. This is what the crackers saying this shit. They having meetings about niggas. Right. Look at this. They having meetings. They having a council. Right. A council is a coming together of people.
From all over.
So if niggas is having a council on this shit, and they saying that, what you gonna say after that? How can you dispute this?
You can't.
I'm just wondering. How can anybody dispute this shit? Yeah. Now, I just showed y'all the map of now this is the map of the Mississippians. So I want y'all to peep this game. So how they saying, the Mississippians, they did all this. The Mississippians, right?
Yeah.
So when I show you the map of the Louisiana Purchase, I want somebody to explain this shit to me. Because this is the map of the Louisiana Purchase.
That's a lot of land.
Don't they look like this?
Yeah.
Hold on, matter of fact, let me put them together so we can flip-flop them. Now look at this. Don't it look like this? That's the Louisiana Purchase.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Mississippian Territory.
Wow.
Now, all this shit finna tie together. The reason why I'm bringing up the Louisiana Purchase is because in the 1800s, you feel me? The Washita took the United States to court for the land, y'all. Is right here. Now, everybody write this shit down. Y'all can look up this court case yourself. Now listen to this.
Type it in Google.
The heirs of Henry Turner versus the United States of America. So the Washita took the United States to Supreme Court for the Louisiana Purchase.
Damn.
You feel what I'm saying? Because the Europeans try to come here and sell land that wasn't theirs.
Wow.
What was it, 3 cents an acre or some shit? See, that's the cracker trying to get, that's the European trying to get in.
Wow.
So this whole Louisiana Purchase was ours, along with the rest of the stuff. But I'm just saying, this is what they call the Mississippian Territory. Wow. That's how you know it was the Washita. Because the Washita took the United States to court for the land and won. Wow. That's why it's a Washita, Louisiana.
So if they won, what happened? Is it still called that now?
Yeah, it's Washita. You can look it up. Washita, Louisiana.
No, I mean as far
as but it's spelled with an O. See, it's what? Remember vowels. A-E-I-O-U.
Right.
Sometimes Y and W. Yeah. So what they did was they switched the W with the O to throw niggas off. Wow. You see what I'm saying? So it's Washita, but they spell it Ouachita with the O. Oh, wow. But it's literally a Ouachita, Louisiana. And if you look up that court case, they won. Wow.
So they got the land back.
So if the Ouachita Moors won the land, who runs the land, cuz? Put it together. Put it together. Put it together, man. And what is this Spanish territory? Who ran Spain?
Moors of Spain.
Come on, man. It's all in your face.
Moors of Spain.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Come on, man. Wow. You got to know what you're looking at. You see why I say that all the time? You got to know what you're looking at.
And even down at the bottom,
Spanish, you see what I'm saying? Spanish territory. All these Arkansas, Alabama, Florida, all that is goddamn Moorish names. Khalifa, California is a Moorish name. Matter of fact, the god is Khalifa. Yeah. This is they state cap. That's what I'm saying. This is on their state goddamn flag. Wow. Let me see if I can find it. Real quick. Check this out.
Hope y'all getting some off of this. What's going on, y'all?
Peep this game. Now this is the state flag of California. You got the bear with the red star.
The green land and then the red.
But you know, all that shit's supposed to be representing Russia. Hold on, let me show you. Hold on, let me show you.
You got it.
Yeah, pull it up. Now you see how that shit got the. Now hold on, look at this. See all they did was just remove the blue.
Right.
And put the bear. Hold on, man. This shit keep popping up. And they put the bear in a place with the red star. Hold on. Watch this. See? Ah, shit.
Because I've seen that star with the hammer through the... What's the third one right there?
Right here.
I've seen that
right
one.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see that's the crescent moon, if niggas want to be technical. But we ain't, like I said, the crescent moon and the star. Wow. Muslim Moorish. Wow. Wow. You see what I'm saying? You just got to know what you looking at, man. Wow. Look at the red Russian. You see they got the red star. Russian red star and shit, right?
Yeah.
Peep the game. Look at the Russian with the red star on the horse and shit. Peep the game. So when you look at California, what is it saying? What is it saying?
Wow. Still with the Russian red star.
See what I'm saying? So them motherfuckers, the Moors was in Russia. That's what I'm saying. Niggas ran the earth. That's what I want y'all to see, y'all. Peep the game. So when you look at the map of the Mississippians, and then you look at the Louisiana Purchase, you already know who the Mississippians is.
Yeah, the Moors.
Washita Moors.
Washita. Wow. Damn.
You see what I'm saying? So if you want to be an Indian and shit, at least claim Washita. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't be just no red Indian.
Yeah.
Seminole Indian. Niggas want this popular shit, and them crackers don't even claim it.
No, they don't.
You try to be a Cherokee Indian, they'll tell you they don't accept black people because that's a part of the government shit they agreed to.
Wow.
They subject to that, to not let niggas back into their shit.
Wow.
So just like in North Carolina, when you hear about the Blackfoot Indian, North Carolina, the Tar Heels.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying?
So all of those different, like, Indian, so-called Indian tribes was...
It's like I like to explain it. It's just like niggas from, niggas from different parts do different shit.
Yeah.
But at the end, that don't mean that your nationality is more. But you may be a Cherokee over here, or you may be a Choctaw over here, or whatever. I'm not saying that's not true. That's to describe your set.
Yeah.
It's not who you are. It's not your nationality. That's why all those names come in adjectives. Because an adjective describes shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Black is not a person because it describes something. Call yourself copper.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, why don't niggas use that?
Because they so hung up on black.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I be hearing niggas talk that black shit, like, you immediately get dismissed. Because, like, you ain't qualified.
Right.
Now, I want y'all to peep this out. This on law. These are 3 books. American Jurisprudence, Proof of Facts, 3D.
Wow.
For 3 books, look how much it costs.
$2,500. $22,500.
Look how much it costs for 3 books, y'all.
On jurisprudence. And
You talking about law ain't important. Why these books? These books more than some of them magic books y'all be reading.
Right.
Niggas ain't even got magic books over 200.
Yeah. They say that's expensive.
You see what I'm saying? Look at these law books. I want people to see these law books so y'all can understand. Look at this. So just even, pay the own type shit, you got to pay $1,700 a month just to even have these 3 books. We talking about 3 fucking books.
Wow.
And I want to say this shit come in a set of like 100 and something.
Wow.
So you looking at $1 million worth of knowledge.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
So for the ones that's listening and watching, explain to them what jurisprudence is.
This the shit that run the goddamn. This is like, let me see. Let me show you.
Because I know we was talking about it before, and you were saying like most of the judges or high up law officials will have these books.
Of course, the judges got them like a motherfucker. Jurisprudence derived from the Latin term jurisprudentia, which means the study, knowledge, or science of law.
Wow.
So etymology is the science of the origin of words. Jurisprudence is the science of law.
So that's the official law.
That is the law of the law. You basically.
Yeah.
That's you now you fucking around.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like now Constitution still gonna ride, but I'm just saying now you getting deep.
Yeah.
That's why that shit costs so much.
Yeah.
Like
jurisprudence is up there.
You see what I'm saying?
Everybody
Exactly.
don't have that.
I got some jurisprudence laws. I'm just trying to help niggas understand this shit before we get to go into the science of it. Because if you can't understand this shit, you see what I'm saying? Then when I get to talking this shit, like you ain't gonna even be able to keep up.
No. Wow.
That's why I do this shit in steps. You see what I'm saying? Because like you gotta crawl before you walk. I can't hit you with the American jurisprudence, proof of facts.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, there ain't no BS in there.
You see what I'm saying? Everything they say in there is facts and law.
Yeah. It is what it is.
So I can't hit you with this shit, and you don't even have an understanding of the fundamentals of law.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? That's why I give Constitution and all these court cases and codes, because those are like the fundamentals. You feel what I'm saying? Just like anything, even in basketball. Like, you got to learn what a travel and what a carry and shit is before you try to do the behind the back layup.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you skipping steps.
Yeah, I feel that.
You see what I'm saying? That's why when you was in basketball, you had to go through all them drills.
Yep.
So you could learn the fundamentals.
Yeah.
So before you try to get fancy and shit, you'll know what a walk is. You'll know what a carry is.
Yeah.
You'll know these small details.
That makes sense.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is why I walk y'all through the law the way I do. So when I start coming out with this jurisprudence shit, like, niggas ain't gonna be too far behind.
Yeah.
Even if you can't fully grasp what I'm saying, you will at least have an idea because you know the fundamentals.
Right. And
you see what I'm saying? Then you will take it deeper and further and shit. You see? That's why I say I give niggas tools. It ain't just about talking and shit. I give niggas straight up tools.
Yeah.
And everything I give y'all can see it for yourself. Look it up.
So you can't be like, oh, nah, bro, I was lying.
Yeah, that's why I never get no pushback on shit. Real shit.
Yeah.
I never get pushback on my information because I'm showing you everything. Like, you got to argue with this shit.
Yeah.
You got to argue with what they saying. Like, I'm not saying this shit. That's why I say I don't sit down outside and do videos and just sound smart.
Yeah. Because
it ain't even about being smart.
It's
about what's real and what ain't. You feel what I'm saying? Fuck all that smart shit. I hear that shit all the time. I mean, it's cool, thank you. But, like, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
What's the truth of the matter? What am I trying to say to you? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to give you this shit. Now, peep this out real quick, y'all. We're going to run through this shit real fast. Now, check me out. Now, this is the map of the Ouachita River. Now, remember I said how they changed the vowels.
Yeah.
See, instead of the W-A, they gave you the O-U-A.
Wow.
So the Ouachita River, that shit runs through where I'm from. I'm from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. The Ouachita River runs straight through this shit with Pine Bluff right here, but I'm just saying it runs straight through Arkansas. So this is all a part of this is like the vein of the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
See, that's why the Louisiana and all this shit so important, because all this shit run through the Mississippi. You feel the Mississippi River. So that's niggas, all life start in the South.
All of it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So niggas started from this river. And they took this river and populated this landmass. That's how they could go all the way up here to Canada and shit. Cause that shit run all the way up there. Yeah. And then from here you could just walk. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a straight shot.
It's a straight, and you ain't got the current to take you, basically. I'm just saying, as far as like, traveling the rivers.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when you talk about the Mississippi River, that shit run all through. That's what I'm saying. Niggas took the river and populated both sides.
Yep.
And who owned the Louisiana Purchase? The Ouachita Moors. Don't let these niggas fool you, man. That's what I'm saying. These niggas call themselves everything they want except for the right shit.
Except for the right thing.
You see what I'm saying? Like, don't let them fool y'all, man.
Wow.
Like, we are if you Missouri people, you Ouachita. You see them? Illinois, Ouachita.
Yeah.
Period. Louisiana, all that shit, Ouachita.
Yeah.
Period.
So I was listening to something on the way in here, and they were saying how all life starts in the South, and then it goes up because they were saying that it's too cold as you go up north.
You'll be light.
Yeah, you'll be light. And they
See
were
what I'm
saying
saying?
everything starts there, and then it gradually got up north.
But what you got to understand, too, when you're looking at this map, you're looking at it wrong.
Everything is flipped.
Everything is flipped. So you got to turn this shit. I wish I could do it. I don't think I can do it on my computer. What you got to do is learn how to turn this shit upside down and see the real goddamn map. This ain't, show it real quick. This not how this shit look. You see what I'm saying? This not how this map look. When you see the United States, and then people be killing me when they be talking about Texas and all that shit, you know, the state of Texas, these are invisible fucking borders. These, when you fly, you don't see lines and shit separating the goddamn states, man. So that means it's one land, man. It's one territory, which is owned by what?
Wow. Wow.
And how does Spain have territory if, like I said, Moors of Spain, right?
Yeah.
So why, if Moors don't run America, why they got territory here, man?
Wow.
Put it together. All this green shit is Spanish territory. You feel what I'm saying? Wow. Then you got the Louisiana Purchase. That's Moorish territory, everybody. Wow. So when y'all go to the Cahokia Mounds, look at the Washita. Don't look at that shit as Mississippians. That's a goddamn way to separate niggas from their land.
Right.
And make niggas feel like they from Africa.
Hey, now that you saying, when you said flip it upside down, because Spain is like off to, let me see.
Break it down, bro. I know what you finna say. Break it down. Dog, say it. Say it. I know what you finna say.
If you're looking at a map, a regular map, and you got like Spain up to the right, and then you got like how they say the U.S. is now and Mexico is coming right here. If you flip it upside down, like you said, that little part of Mexico that's like that little streamline is connecting to that little piece of Spain that's right there that connects this left side of like California, like how California is off to this side.
Let me pull up a map so you can break it down to these niggas.
Wow.
Break it down to them. Hold on, let me pull this shit up. Now show them what you're talking about.
So how you got over here, like this part of California and Mexico right here, right?
Yep.
And that little piece that comes down on the left, like all of that is Spain territory in the U.S., right?
Yep.
So if you flip it upside down, like you were saying, like how Spain is on the map, Spain would be like on this part of the map off to the right. If it is flipped upside down, that whole Spain territory would connect to the actual Spain that we see on the map.
Listen, that's what niggas think this shit is separated.
Wow.
But all land masses is still connected. I learned this in the class, you know, a seer. Like, you know, I said, I don't like the name dropping shit. But I learned this in class. The land masses is still connected. Sarah Palin, like I said, I got this from the class.
Yeah.
Sarah Palin said she could look out her back porch and see Alaska.
Yeah. Because she's supposed to be from Alaska, right?
So that means the shit ain't as far apart as people thinking, man.
But they put it in these movies and on TV like it's...
Literally. When you be flying to these different countries, they just go around in circles.
That's all it is.
Yeah. To make you feel like you're going far.
Man.
You see what I'm saying?
Because you can't tell the difference when you up in the airplane if you don't know where you going.
Think about it. If we going... The quickest way to go somewhere is what? A straight line. Yeah. So why we doing all this turning and all that goddamn going this way? That is to discombobulate you. Wow. You see what I'm saying? Have niggas think over there is way over there. When over there is like right here. It's right next to you. You see what I'm saying? Because underneath it's still all connected. Like under the ocean and shit, all the land, man, still connected.
Yep. Yep. Because that's how they were saying about when they was building Dubai over there, like they had to put so much on top of the water, it had to connect to something. If not, it was gonna float and eventually disintegrate.
You see what I'm saying?
Man.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So all this shit, that's what I'm trying to show y'all. Wow. All this shit is still connected. Even with the Mississippi River and shit. Like this is how niggas took over the America. Cause it's a difference between the United States and what you call America. Those are two different things. Yeah. That's why the of is in there. Because if the United States was America, why not just call it America?
Right. That means it's a part of something when you got the
There you go.
Okay.
So when they say United States of America, that means it's different, but it's in America. But it's not of America. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's separated. United States is separate from America. Yeah. So when we listen to this, anytime y'all let Europeans call themselves white, or you call a European white, you're calling him a bay or an L. Yeah. You're giving him your fez. That's why the Shriners, listen to this, true story. Mm-hmm. Today when I was making my runs, I ran in the gas station real quick, you know what I mean, to pick up some shit real quick before I headed out and shit, right? Mm-hmm. I'm in there with my fez on and everything. Guess what the Arab said to me? What? So, yeah, brother, I like what you got on. I like, yeah, it's on, brother. Hey, he immediately gave me respect.
He had to.
He immediately gave me respect. He didn't look at me like I was crazy. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Mm. Like, motherfuckers be knowing, man. Yeah. We the only motherfuckers think we all this weird shit. Mm. And then wonder why we don't get no kind of legal support. Look up the terminology black. In law. I'm not talking about Webster's. Yeah, in law. Look up, anybody want to, Law Dictionary, Black Laws Dictionary, 4th edition. Mm-hmm. Either email myself or email my brother Deshaun, and we'll gladly give you the PDF. Yep. And when you get that PDF, look up what it says black or colored mean in law, because black is a color, right? Yep. So look up color in law and see what it says. So when you go to court calling yourself black, and then you wonder why you get railroaded, like, I don't understand. Yeah. Like, I don't even understand why it be so hard for people to even grasp this shit. Because they so used to hearing it. They mamas told them. They grandmamas told them. But see, like I said in one of my rap songs, just because something is tradition don't mean it ain't fiction. You feel what I'm saying? Just because your parents did it, that don't mean that was right. You feel what I'm saying? Yep. And there's I'm not casting aspersions to them. Mm-hmm. But some people don't know. Yeah. And that's why I say if you don't know, you shouldn't be talking shit. Like until you learn. Yeah. So you will know what you telling people. Wow. That black shit ain't where it says. Show me where black lives. That's what I'm saying. How long have niggas been voting and marching, man? Like, niggas should have arthritis in the knees from all the marching. For real. You see what I'm saying? Like, how long? Because it don't do nothing. When you gonna get a nationality? That's what I want to know. When motherfuckers gonna get a nationality, bro? Mm-hmm. Come up out that American, that United States contract. And that Indian shit. Because like I said, Indians come from India. Yeah. If this is America, you're not an Indian. Like, I don't know how that would make sense. You see what I'm like? I don't know how that, that's why I be feeling like these niggas is agents. Yeah. And even when you be out and somebody says something about Indian people, if you're an Indian and those are Indian people from India, y'all don't look nothing alike, how are you an Indian still? But we do look like them niggas. That's why they labeled us that, because it was a confusion. It wasn't the Europeans that gave us their label, it was the Portuguese. Mm. And that's why I said you got to know real history. Mm-hmm. The cracker did not enslave niggas, like period. Mm. Period. They were slaves until the 1900s. How they gonna enslave your ass? Yeah. That's why you can't think about these racist Europeans. If they brought us from slave ships from Africa, you don't think they'll have a slave ship in a museum to remind your ass? Exactly. Where the slave ships at, y'all? Yep. Never seen one. Now, like I said before, they put all these Robert E. Lee schools, all these Confederate soldiers and shit. Your kids going to school. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So everybody know Robert E. Lee was a racist. It ain't even perfect. Everybody know it. Mm-hmm. So why not show you a slave ship to make you feel like a piece of shit? Right. Why just give you a story? Right. Because that's all niggas doing is believing a story. That's it. That's it. Show me history. Like you see how I'm breaking this shit down? Break down the slave shit in history. Mm. Wow. Show me etymology. Like I said, that's why they keep etymology out of shit. Mm-hmm. Because you'll get to breaking shit down. Mm-hmm. And none of that shit matches up. Mm-hmm. Well, it says slave was the Slavic people. So look at yourself and see if you're a Slav. If you got Slavonic DNA, you was a slave. See what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to show y'all. Mm. Don't be believing that. When you be hearing these niggas, it may sound good. That's what I'm saying. That's how people see it's power in words. And if you can't decipher these words, you can get hypnotized by this shit. Real shit. Easy. Songs, how you think motherfuckers be falling out when people be singing and shit? Mm-hmm. Because niggas be hitting them words and them frequency. Motherfuckers can't handle it. Mm-hmm. So if you ain't keen to certain shit and niggas get to talking, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you don't know where to stand on shit, you'll feel this shit.
You can keep talking.
Yeah, but that's what I be saying. So when you look at the Mississippians like that, how many of y'all niggas Missourians? You feel them? Well, who are you, Missourians? I'm an Arkansas nigga. That's how I identify myself, Arkansas.
That don't make sense.
You see them? It's an insult to niggas' intelligence.
Yeah.
For niggas who know. But like I said, a lot of niggas don't even give a fuck about this kind of shit.
They don't.
And that's why niggas repeat the cycle. Voting ain't gonna never help your ass. Because you're not a United States citizen and you never will.
Mm-hmm.
So you can vote all goddamn day. You're not a United States. I ain't got my wallet. Look on the back of a dollar bill.
You got the Moors symbol.
You got the pyramids, and then you got the goddamn eagle with the goddamn shit on it, right? Mm-hmm. The eagle with the holding the arrows. That's the United States. Like I left my wallet upstairs. The eagle is the United States. This is the United States. These are the Europeans. This is the Morris seal. I could pull that shit out in front of a police. If you don't understand what I'm saying, look on the back of a dollar bill. I'm this. That's how you gotta tell them. This me. You here, I'm here. That's how you gotta say. Mm-hmm. Treat of peace and friendship.
Yep.
Motherfuckers say treat of peace and friendship don't exist. This is the living proof.
They say it on there.
No, they don't say it on the dollar bill, but this is the proof.
Yep. Both seals.
In order to breach the treaty of peace and friendship, you have to get rid of the dollar bill.
Wow.
This is the physical evidence of it. It's showing you it's two nations. Either you're going to be a Moor or you're going to be a goddamn citizen.
Under contract.
Subject.
Wow.
Subject to. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So that's what we trying to show y'all, man. Ain't no such thing as no Mississippian. I was snapping in there in front of them crackers. I mean, European, excuse me. I was going off. Like, man, this Mississippi. See, that's it. Like my teacher said, one of my teachers said, that's how you can tell they inferior.
Yeah.
If I gotta lie about who I am and lie about who you are, what that made me look like.
Right.
Then I'm out here with all these Europeans. I be walking around with my feds and my turbans and shit on. Motherfuckers don't. Cracker be walking past me nine. Like, how you doing? Because a lot of these motherfuckers be Masons.
Yeah.
A lot of these Europeans is Masons. Mm-hmm. So when they see this shit, they I know and you know. You feel what I'm saying?
Unspoken truth.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So immediately they know where I'm coming from. Oh, see? You see what I'm saying? Oh, that's a Moor.
Yeah.
Just like with the Arab. Out of all the motherfuckers coming his goddamn store, when he seen this shit, that's not a regular nigga. You see what I'm saying?
He knew.
He had to give me props.
Yeah.
Europeans, they be nodding their head when I walk past with my feds on and shit. How you doing? Racist old crackers. Excuse my language. Racist motherfuckers do it.
Wow.
So how they know, how they looking at me? Ain't nobody smirking and giggling when I be walking. When I walk around, I don't get none of that bullshit. Like, I don't get none of that. You said I don't get none of that. Yeah. Yeah. If anything, they be looking like, God damn.
Yeah.
How he know?
Yeah. And how many other people know, like, he...
Peep this out real quick. Let me show you this real fast. Because I'm going to reiterate this shit, and it's all going to tie in together. You see what I'm saying? I like when it tie in together.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll just pull it up on the internet.
Okay.
Now watch this, y'all. Like I said, this is a quote from George Washington. I want y'all to read this with me. And this is what George Washington said. Now, y'all peep the game. If we would agree to take the fezzes and turbans off the Moors' heads and remove the sandals from their feet and enforce severe punishments, and to also swear a death oath between ourselves to religiously and faithfully not to allow anyone to teach the Moorish children who they really were or who their forefathers were.
Wow.
And only allow the Moorish children to be taught that they were truly Negroes, black people, and color folks.
Wow.
200 years from today, the Moorish people would not know their nationality nor the national name of their forefathers.
Wow.
Also, they would not know from which land or ancestors they are descended from. That's what George Washington said.
Wow. That's what George said. Which is what they've been doing.
Why you think you don't hear about Moorish history?
Yeah.
So if this a lie, why you ain't never heard about Moors in school unless you was talking to a nigga who was a Moor, you know, just a little conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Why ain't you never heard if the Moors was somebody else, and if this statement ain't true, I ain't never heard of Moors in school. Never. I ain't went to college, but I talked to motherfuckers who went to college and I asked them, hey man, did they teach y'all about Moor? Like, who is a Moor? Like nobody ever heard of Moors. So this statement ain't true. Why we ain't hearing? Why we ain't learning history on Moors then? They'll give you Arabic history that started in 1932. So it ain't like they ain't giving nobody history. It'll be different. Like, we're just gonna give our history.
Man.
They give you all this extra history. Why not talk about Moors? If this statement ain't true, what they said, why ain't they talk? Why ain't a lot of y'all even heard about Moors?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that means this shit gotta be true some kind of way. You feel me? Peep the game, man.
Wow. What a hell of an episode.
Peep the game.
Wow. Hey, man. This was a dope episode. This was a continuation from 11, from when we did the field trip out to the Cahokia Mounds.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the video up again this weekend. It's going to all be together so y'all understand more about what we talked about from before when we was talking about how they said the Cahokia Mounds was the Mississippians. We just broke all that down and debunked all of that. So, as a matter of fact, I'm working on the YouTube videos too. I'm glad she put that up there. Bless New put. I think she put your video, your YouTube.
Yeah. I be forgetting. Thank you, Bless. I appreciate it. Y'all follow me on YouTube, Tijanie Bay. You feel what I'm saying? If y'all any questions, like I said, DM me.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. But outside of that, man, this was a dope episode. Continuation from last week. Bro, you want to close us out with anything?
Yeah, like I said, y'all download the app Redefine Men. Excuse me. Refine Men. My bad. We trying to refine men. So y'all download that app and support the brother, man. He doing some great things.
Thank you.
Man, especially them suits. I'm going to get a suit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He doing some wonderful things, man. Y'all pick the game, man. Y'all check him out, man. If y'all looking for me, you can reach me on the Book of Faces. You know what I mean? Tijanie Bay. Tijanie Bay. And that's it. You know what I mean?
Like that.
Just like that.
Every Friday law class, we're gonna stick to 12:30. If we
You're
get
just
a little bit late,
today.
that's
all.
all.
Yeah.
That's all. We're gonna stick with the time. So if y'all don't see any posts, just know we're gonna be there Friday at 12:30, giving y'all law, straight facts, straight out the Constitution.
Straight up.
Any questions, y'all can leave them under the comments. You can DM me, DM Tijanie, hit him on his page, and we'll come at y'all next Friday.
And next week, we're going to get right back on that law shit. We just had to correct a lot of things that was happening, when we went to the mounds. Because as we already said, the service was terrible. I'm talking about it was cutting out every 10, 15 seconds we was going live.
Yeah.
So we couldn't really put that whole thing together. So we just gave y'all a recap and broke down who the real Mississippians is.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. Catch y'all next week.
Much
man.
love. I love y'all, man.
Love.
Peace. Islam.